And the second duel of the Battle City quarterfinals is Joey versus Odeon. Everyone thinks it's Marik because he told them, because no one actually knows what Marik actually looks like, so they think Odeon is Marik. That's going to be proven false during the duel, though. Oh man, what happened to the animation for Yugi or some of these other characters? Sometimes it just looked great, but then sometimes it looks like they put half the effort in for the animation. What the heck? And they're like, I have shown you the Millennium Rod. Now I have proven that I am Marik. All it takes sometimes is to show someone one thing, and sometimes they automatically believe you in this show. Somehow, even though that's not typically the case. Yeah, Mokuba's like, he must have a ton of rare cards in his deck. Yeah, having Hemotama that causes 500 points damage to your opponent is considered a rare card. Nowadays, that's considered the most, okay, this card is in your deck, and that's it. There's plenty of other rare cards that do way more impressive things and take 500 points of damage off your life points. It's not really that impressive. Well, Joey's the first one to have the common sense of wondering why Kaiba of all people would have a duel in all places on a blimp in the air, and he will be the only one to ever talk about why the hell they're up in the air so high, and no one else will ever bring it up ever again. He's like a card none of you ever seen. Yeah, because no one has actually ever seen anyone use that card before, so of course they have no idea what it does. So apparently the Feel spell limits the amount of spells and traps you can use per turn. Yeah, I'm using spells. Yeah, this is the only show where they call spells magic cards, but then they called it spells, because I guess that just made more sense. You triggered one of my trap cards. So why isn't a trap card triggered yet, or I'm missing something? Yeah, Odeon plays a trap deck. Don't you just love it when people do that? I don't know actually how trap decks work. I don't know. Fortunately, this is Kaiba. He'll never admit to Joey's a good duelist in any way, because they both hate each other so much. Then they do the great old turn of doing absolutely nothing for multiple turns. Can you do that? I assume you can, but if you just don't play anything at least once, then it makes the duel kind of boring and uninteresting to watch. Ah, Magic Jammer, the good old discard one card from your hand and then negate the activation of a spell card your opponent just used. Yeah, gotta love screwing with people like that. Still a great card. Of course, they tell Joey never to give up and to always stay strong, even though, yes, Joey is going to lose on the next turn, but because of some shenanigans and, well, Marik telling Odeon something else, Joey is gonna win this duel because, well, you know, Yugioh, but still. Good motivation speech, guys. We see Odeon's backstory. He was abandoned by his other parents and then adopted into Marik's family. Damn. Kind of sad, though. But at least it's confirmed that I guess everyone in Yugioh has parents, whether they're mentioned or not. They just have parents, whether they're mentioned or not, I assume. But you be surprised. I once had 50 life points left in a game of Duel Links and still somehow won. Literally, it's kind of like... yeah, like, you don't know if you're gonna win. You can have, like, 5 monsters on the field and someone plays one card and then you lose it all. Let me tell you, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, also a thing with Grave Robbers, use a spell card, you have to pay 2,000 life points. You know, just thought I'd say that. Of course, because, you know, Joey has Yugioh on the field, Odeon's trap cards are basically useless. And that's kind of a bad thing for his deck, considering his deck is made up of pretty much mostly trap cards. So, just putting up a trap deck up against a Yugioh deck is basically, kryptonite, I guess. First, because of course, Marik has created like so many counterfeit versions of the Winged Dragon of Ra, but Marik, well, the actual Marik has the real one. Because, you know, I guess the Egyptian god cards don't like it when you make fake versions of themselves. Power of 2 other cards in a field spell, Odeon's able to create this thing. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to really guess, I guess. And of course, Odeon's one monster is powerful than all of Joey's monsters combined. Unless Joey pulls something literally right now, he ain't gonna win. Or some shenanigans happen. Okay, the other 2 god cards, not just one copy. For some reason, Winged Dragon of Ra, hey, let's make like so many that it actually just feels like a common card to collect, unlike an ultra rare card you could probably pull. Man, that's a lot. They're telling Joey to hang in there. At this point, literally Joey's about to lose, but then something happens that literally prevents that. And this is Odeon's really sad backstory. I know, right? His actual parents abandoned him, and yeah, it's pretty sad. I would describe it, but this isn't the video for that. Maybe another one. Yeah, apparently for the Toonkeeper initiation, you have to be of the same family as these guys, apparently. And also, you get to have a sweet tattoo painfully inserted on your back. It's okay, I guess. Pay could be better. That was a joke there if you noticed. Oh yeah, also, Odeon's child voice is like the worst thing ever heard. It's worse than Tristan's original voice in the very early of the series. Like, come on, who did they cast for Odeon's younger voice? Why not just take Odeon's regular voice but pitch it down a lot, you know? Or make it sound like more of a kid. I don't know. Something other than his actual kid voice. Well, at least Odeon's teenage voice actually sounds what you expect it to be like. Teenage voice actually sounds pretty good. Anything but the child's voice. Like, oh man, it was so bad. Kind of boring here when you're undergrad and you have nothing but a whole book. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, meanwhile, Joey's hand isn't exactly looking promising right now. I mean, so far his only hope is some ways with shield and sword, and hope to gosh that Odeon's monster's defense is significantly lower than the attack points, or else this ain't gonna be Joey's style. And Joey has a flashback of how, well, technically, Odeon, well actually Marik, almost murdered both him and Yugi. Still, gotta love Joey's determination for never giving up though. You give props for Joey for being the first one to figure out that Odeon isn't actually Marik. No, not like Yugi or Taya or someone else. Nah, Joey did it. That's how you can tell he's the most underrated duelist in the entire show. Of course, Joey was going to lose, but because Marik needs to make sure his identity is secret, he tells Odeon not to attack and tell him soon to sacrifice his monster to summon out Ra. So that's how Joey somehow manages by, you know, Marik's big ego to stay in the duel. And then Odeon summons the fake winged dragon of Ra, which looks a little bit bigger than the actual one. I don't know, but damn, what did you eat, a mega mushroom and then come down here? What the heck? Card. Then why not make sure that it's not, then why make sure that Odeon actually wins by putting the actual real one in his deck instead of making 50 different counterfeits? Of course he's gonna be mad that you made a fake one. I guess that's just how it works. Apparently now at the end of the duel, to see who the winner is, who can get up first while being unconscious. And Rolla will not let anyone help up. They are unconscious. Kaiba's tournament has no safety regulations. You should sue Kaiba after this. Kaiba's half right about the freaking nature part, but not right about the other half. You know why, because he doesn't believe in magic. Like a quick side note, it's not like Kaiba doesn't believe in magic. Kaiba just doesn't give one F. Meanwhile, Joey's now having a dream about, you know, well, him doing really well in card games while in school. Hey, remember that Duke went to school? I didn't even notice that. I feel like he went to school for like that one episode and never went back, apparently. We never see him in class since. So does he just go to school with Yuki in a game we just never really see him, I guess? Yeah, that's it. Power, I guess, of sheer will and the power of friendship, Joey manages to get up and is the winner. And of course, because Odeon's going to be unconscious all the way until, like, the actual finals of the duel, he pretty much tells that Marik is actually Marik. So, yep, there's that. And then some shenanigans happen, and an evil force actually takes over Marik's mind because the good in Marik apparently just went down so much over the years that it's basically non-existent. And now an evil force now in charge of Marik's body until, like, the Battle City Finals. We'll get to that more often later. So yeah, now Marik's crazy and a little bit insane now. That's the duel. Kind of interesting to see someone use mainly a deck composed mostly of trap cards, and then see Joey, the underdog, the most underdog in the series, come back and win. Very good duel. We'll be seeing more duels later. The most couple will be shorter, and then we'll on to the cyberspace one, which I don't care about, because I don't care about the virtual world part. Anyway, we'll see y'all next time later. I'll see you more later, people.